name's Kyra Davis. I'm the author of Just One Night and the upcoming Deceptive Innocence series.
All right, first question is, how do you come up with the names of your characters?
Well, that depends. For my main characters, I usually put some thought into it. Like, for instance, with the character Belle from Deceptive Innocence, I chose that name specifically because of what it meant. The full name is Luna, which is goddess of war, and it's a book about revenge, so that's thought out. The rest of the characters, all those side characters, honestly, I look around, like if there's books on the wall, or maybe I'll go to like news stories, like, okay, who's this reporter's name, and that person has that last name, there's the name. Okay, you know, like that person's first name, that person's last name. I'm not great with names. I'm not great with remembering names, not great with making them up.
All right, how many drafts do you normally go through before releasing your book?
You know, that's almost like asking how many cups of coffee, that, you know, they keep refilling it. So it's like, I keep cutting, and I know that I'm cutting as much as I'm writing, easily. So officially 2 to 3, unofficially probably 12, 14.
Oh my God.
So because when you factor in cuts.
Oh yes. All right, how do you come up with the titles of your books?
That's a much more complicated process. That I will come up with a few titles, and based on what I feel like the energy of the book is, I'll send them into my editor, who will say, let's try again. So then, you know, I'll play with it, and he'll play with it, and eventually I'll come up with something that we're both happy with, and it just works.
What is a scene that you've written that has made you blush the most?
There is a scene in Deceptive Innocence towards the end that involves sort of a voyeuristic deal that goes on, sort of a close-up voyeuristic detail, and it's a very, very steamy scene, and it's blush-worthy.
All right, on the opposite end of that, what's one that's made you cry the most?
Oh, a scene that's made me cry. You know, again, I'm going to go to Deceptive Innocence. I mean, this is a woman who is so lost. She lost her mother when she was 10 years old, and her mother went to prison. She thought her mother was guilty. It turns out she wasn't. And the loss and the self-loathing that she has for not trusting her mother, and her focus on revenge rather than on herself. There's a scene where she really delves into it, and she's kind of reaching out to this man who's supposed to be her enemy, but is also comforting her. Yeah, it got me a little teary.
Right, who has been your favorite character to write?
That's hard, because you're asking me to choose like one of my favorite children, you know? I mean, I love, you know, Lander, Belle, Cassie, Mr. Date, Sophie, who is from my Sophie Cat's Mystery series. Yeah, I love these people. Belle and Cassie are probably my most complex characters, and I like delving into their contradictions. But no, you will not have me choose a favorite child.
All right, last question is, are there any unknown secrets about your characters?
Oh, there's so many. You know, Cassie, who's from Just One Night, she has a whole history in terms of from her losing her sister, and her journey from that point to the point that where she meets Mr. Dade, it hasn't fully been explored. And you know, she has some history there with, you know, the men she met in the middle, and her own path in that area. And Belle is nothing but secrets. So it's like, so you'll have to read that one to find out.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
You're short and sweet.
Great, fantastic,
Thank you so
wonderful.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.